Whoa, wait a minute. Bet. I thought you were in the gardens taking poses by your nice garden statue that you have out there. Even in the middle of winter, I think you can come up with a nice gown to wear outside and have a few nice poses by that statue since you praise it so much on your social media. Yeah, I go that far back. Even further. I go as far back as Ruthless People, and I go as far back, oh yeah, as the wind beneath my wings. Beaches. I wanted to say something about this little situation you got yourself into, Bette. First let me introduce myself to you. Okay, I am Mr. Knowbody, the guy who has no name because it doesn't matter what my name is. What matters is what I say and sometimes what I see. Oh yeah. And right at this point, you're at a predicament where you're going to get chopped right in half. Now, I mean that in a metaphorical sense, since I'm always metaphorical in a lot of things I talk about, as you might get to know me in this video. You see, I've been a big fan of Bette Midler for a long time. I was. Hocus Pocus, everything like that, all the way back. Ruthless People was the most hilarious film I seen back in that day, and I was only 8. Alright? So, guys, I go way back. And when I get to this point, especially the last 10 years, man, like, Bette, come on. Seriously, aren't you just tired of this? How much do you got invested in this? Honestly. I mean, to be honest, your hidden agenda against men, I don't know what you've been up to lately because really you are irrelevant. And for you to pop up out of the woodwork right now, I have no clue why, because ever since you were, being against a certain somebody all the way through, it's just trails out. You're displaying the characteristics of of a female supremacist. How about that? The female supremacist, which means you believe that the female species is the most dominant in this planet. That's what you believe. That's what you just said here. That's what you've been saying. That's what you've been displaying, And you say you're for the kids and everything. And I've seen what you've done for the kids. And you know what? I can say such good things for the kids you have done. You have done so good for the kids who are already established. As Hollywood grows, you get your own community and your own money circulates through your own stuff. So, well, I guess I can understand where you'd be like, throat deep in Harvey Weinstein's, cock. Right? Yeah. Are you making any money off of some stuff? Still? Oh, I'm opening it all up. We lay it all on the table here. Because, believe it or not, I am that voice. I communicated with you several times a way back. You ignored me. Obviously, because you put me aside. You labeled me as a conspiracy theorist. But you didn't realize that I had much power in a more spiritual sense than you think. And you know what? I'm going to invite you to catch up, but don't snoop. I'll tell you that much. I don't want you following me on my social media. I just want you to catch up. And then you'll find out why I dislike you so much. I mean, who is really God? There's only one God. And, when people go out there like Meryl Streep, and they call other people gods, that's when I get irritated. Because there's only one God, and you're not going to do that with Harvey Weinstein. So I've been keeping track, Bette. Just letting you know. Okay? And since I've been keeping track, been distracted too. But you know what? I'm smart enough, clever enough to not get distracted too much. Trust me, I've been tested, so don't test me. And you know what? I would love it if you sent a message to Madonna, because got her number too. Oh yes, you see, 2022's coming up, and I can see right through your whole procedure here. You used everything you could do to get the job done, to get who you hated out of power. I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe it's because maybe you guys in your little pedophile circle with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, right? Since, we have to acknowledge that, Donald Trump was sought hanging out. But, I get it. If one guy gets out, you risk everybody else getting exposed, so you want to bring him down, right? Is that what it is? Is that what he's sitting on right now? And that's what pisses you guys off? I mean, Jeffrey's already gone. You guys took him out. He can't say anything. What are you going to do next? Listen, I'll put it all on the table, and I'll put it on you and whoever's listening, because even if you do bring Meryl Streep in here and Madonna, then you will know that I am the one that you need to talk to. I'm the one that you need to confess your stupid, idiotic sins to. I've made it pretty clear over the last 5 years to a number amount of people out there that, and because I have a certain attachment to my mother, which you know what? I dare you to try to use that as a tool to persuade me your way. See, I know witches, and I know how witches can work, and this ain't no tinfoil hat. See, there's games you can play, mind tricks you can play. You can put up a good story on a cinematic movie, and it still doesn't fool me. You could have all the money, Bette. You could have everything you want on your end, on your yard. You could have everything, but you're still not happy, are you? Neither is any of you people who are in that Hollywood community making money off of each other. You're really, I bet you're more worried about not making money off of the people outside of your circle, right? I discovered something a little bit recently, Bette. I'm liking that we're having this conversation, Bette, because then I can get some things out and then you can hear it, there's a bubble around you, there's people, well, not people, the devices you have, right, have been made so you don't see what's really going on out there. Now, because of that, I can understand your lack of knowledge into the real world at this point. And you're also, over 60 years old? I'm not knocking old age people, but, shouldn't you have gone down with all the other people that went down? I'm just sorry, the coronavirus, did you get all your shit done before this hit? I bet you did. You knew this was coming, didn't you? You're part of it, right? Come on. Tell the truth, Bette. You know how it is. The squealer is always sitting there, right? You're sitting there just waiting to pounce. You're sitting there, waiting for something like this to refuse your will. And Joe Manchin comes out there and totally spoils all your plans. I see a lot of people, a lot of celebrities out there that, kind of disappoint me, when they're still voting for Joe Biden. I'm kind of like people like, Kevin Bacon pointing out the blue. It doesn't matter what color you represent, blue, red, green, white, or anything like that. You guys should start realizing that. It doesn't matter. What matters is what's decided in your country's capitals and everything like that. Now, if that's corrupt, well then, I think you should be talking to Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she's been splurging off of all you guys all this time. Bette, didn't you know that? through real estate, I mean, come on, you made these movies about, laundering money and stuff like that. Didn't you do your research on how that shit really works? It does work that way, and you are in the pool along with Nancy Pelosi, along with Chuck Schumer, along with all those people. Why? Because you got yourself involved with politics. When you should have just continued on your career, probably would have done great, better than what you've done now. And, I'm sorry. But in the end, you're the one that's going to be going down with regrets. I'm just saying that. So I would suggest to you, before you meet that guy up there, if you do, because honestly, St. Peter may not be smiling when you show up at the gate, I would take some time. Maybe a 40 days purpose-driven life might help you figure out what is real and what is not. Okay? And maybe, Bette, it's a little ounce of hope. There's a lot of people out there that would just throw you under the bus. But you know what? I throw you under the bus too. But there's that little ounce that love my mom had for you. That little ounce of love that my own mother had for you. So that's that little thing. But if you use that against me, I'm sorry. So many people have tried and they all failed. Thanks for having this conversation with you. It really feels good getting it out, Bette, honestly. And if you met me in real life, we'd probably have a few good conversations about things. But rest assured right now, I do not side with you. I do not. I will not. Because you've made your bed. Now, lie in it. You could lie in it, confess whatever bullshit you feel you need to confess, because the end, of your career, all that stuff. And I don't mean to really come down on you hard here before Christmas, Bette. Honestly. I don't. In front of your family can probably hear this, because honestly, I don't mean to burst their bubbles either. But they probably see it too. There's a few of them probably see it. Grandma's insane. Obsession. It's hatred. Hatred for men. That's what it feels like to me. That's what you project to me, Bette. I'm glad we had this talk. All right? True as the North Star. I'm glad we had this talk, Bette. So rest assured, there's that little ounce of hope. All right? So, how about that? Class dismissed.